What you been up to?
I'm doging.
Yeah, I see you're like one of the most online people I know. Like no matter what time of like night or day I post a Doge, like within 10 minutes you've redoged it.
I know it's because everyone else watches TV. I don't really watch TV. So like everyone else is like, hey, did you just see this crap on Netflix? And I'm like, no, all I'm doing is checking social media. Usually I'm just hoeing for Zuckerberg, but now at least I've got the Hella Doge option too.
Oh yeah, I feel you. I've been using Hella Doge since October, I want to say, because I didn't even know about Hella Doge or you until because I was following this. The way I found out about it was there's this page called Depths of Wikipedia.
Yes.
Yeah, and she would like repost some of your posts sometimes, some of your stories. And then I was like, well, like what is like who's this guy? Because your thing is Mahbodopedia, right? So I thought you were like another like repost page. So then I followed you, and then like I was like, does this guy use an Android or something? Because I thought it was Twitter that you were reposting from. Because I had the Comic Sans font too. So I was like, it's like he's using like an old Samsung or something. And then I saw on the top, it's like helladoge.com. And then I joined Hella Doge, and that's how I found out about Hella Doge and you and Everpedia and all that. Like after a few months.
Amazing. Well, yeah, you're a very valuable member of the community. Depths of Wikipedia. She never responded to my call, but now we've got Deep Wikipedia. And honestly, I think Deep Wikipedia is better than Depths of Wikipedia. Like,
Yeah, she finds cooler articles, or he. I'm not sure if it's she or she.
I think we're gonna have to start a beef between the two. There's gonna have to be like
Oh,
battles and stuff.
like a wiki off.
Yeah. Depths of Wikipedia is balling though. The reason why she didn't answer my Hella Doge call is because she's now become like a famous stand-up comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was gonna do a really, really big show at like the biggest comedy club in New York, but then now it got delayed because of COVID.
Oh, what's her real life name?
Annie Rao, or no, Annie Raweda.
Never heard of her.
Yeah, if you Google her, I made her wiki. She's becoming quite the celebrity. She's probably gonna get her own Wikipedia article pretty soon.
Oh, nice. I mean, that'll be cool to see when it happens.
Mhm.
What's
She's a senior in college.
Yeah, I'm in my second year doing
Nice.
a doing computer science, but honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah, I mean, none of the guys I started companies with majored in CS. It seems like it's too detached from actually coding anything. They don't
It
teach you
is.
about that.
It's like all theory and math. That's about it.
Well, then drop it. Drop it. I majored in history. I didn't do shit.
You majored in history?
Yeah,
Oh
just
wow. Why?
weed, got straight A's, zero work. I'd write all my papers the night before.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, there was no curve. The teachers gave everyone A's.
Yeah, I've been trying. I wanted to transfer, but I'm like fighting this GPA thing 'cause my GPA is so disgustingly low.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because like the way what happened was I didn't do American public education, right? My parents were like they worked for the government, so I was moving like country to country growing up every few years. So it's like I did the IB system. So it's like a different system, and then when they like calculate the points and shit, then it like makes it lower, and then I had to like repeat some classes, and then like I just kept fumbling the bag when I started here, and so it's just bad right now.
Oh well, grades only matters for certain things. Better
Yeah.
to just start balling. I only cared about grades because I wanted to go to grad school. I would always be
Oh,
hustling on shit. But I would have liked to take some more technical classes. The thing was, I never took a class that I wasn't guaranteed to get an A.
oh, so you only took classes you knew you could get an A in?
Mm-hmm. And I would take an extra class every semester so I could drop one if I got like a B on the midterm. And it sucked because sometimes like everyone was talking about repro, like that was like the sexual biology class, and people said it's really cool. But then I got a B on the midterm, so I had to drop it. Like I never took
Oh,
any of the. I didn't take classes because I wanted to. I just took it because I knew that I'm going to get the A.
oh, okay. Where did you grow up?
I'm from LA, man. How about
Los
you?
Angeles?
Yes.
Me, I was originally born in Arlington, Virginia. I'm like 15 minutes from the Pentagon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dope, dope, dope. Do you edit Wikipedia?
Uh, I tried editing Wikipedia pages in like middle school, and then I was like doing like stupid shit. So then they ended up like banning the IP. So then no one in my school could edit Wikipedia pages anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
We would like create Wikipedia pages for our teachers, and then just like make up like fake backstories for them and stuff.
Now you can make them just legit wikis instead.
I could make them Everpedia pages.
Yeah, if you can figure out how to sign up.
Yeah, it's hard because I don't know if this is a problem with Everpedia, but like it gets like a recurring like it gets stuck in a loop whenever you try to register through Google or something.
Yeah, that's the least of your problems. Even that, I think, if you refresh, but then even if you're able to sign in with Facebook, then the staking thing messes you up. You're basically allowed to make one edit, and then if your edit doesn't get you more IQ, then you're not allowed to make any more edits.
Oh,
So I guess the easy solution is just to give people a little bit more IQ just to warm up. But no one even cares. At this point, the Everpedia team is just working on Frax, which is the other secondary company.
what's Frax?
Another Web3 failure. Frax is a stable coin. It's going to take over Tether.
I don't even know what Tether is.
Well, it has $1 trillion market cap, so it's worth $1 trillion. It's a crypto that's worth $1.
Oh, okay. And like why make another crypto coin?
Because if you have Bitcoin, it keeps going up and down. So if you want it to be stable, they wanted a stable coin. That's been Tether was one of the earliest cryptos, I think, but
Oh, okay.
they got sued for like legal issues. So now Frax is trying to step up. I don't really understand that stuff. That's why I'm not working at Everpedia anymore. But in terms of the Web3 thing we did, that was one of the things that I got frustrated. I got frustrated that no one can sign into Everpedia. I got frustrated that no one can sign into BitClout. I had a
Hmm.
big meeting with Juicy J about BitClout. He said he's going to sign up, and then he told me he wasn't able to sign up. So that was kind of the last straw for me. I'm like, I gave a 30-minute pitch to Juicy J, and he says he can't sign up. So I was like, I want to make a BitClout where anyone can sign up. So
Okay, okay.
that is Heladoge. Heladoge is supposed to be a BitClout where anyone can sign up. But then also, we write some funny stuff on there. It's not like BitClout. I've been going back to BitClout for the past couple of days just to go like clown them and talk shit and stuff. And like, good God, it's like such a the only celebrity who they have using it. So these are the celebrities they have using it. They've got Tiffany Trump, Lana
Hmm.
Rhodes, and Pamela Anderson.
Tiffany Trump, Lana Rhodes, and Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, these
If
are the
that
top.
isn't the most crackpot list
Yeah,
of
and Tyga is really big on it too. So I think they're gonna have to make like a BitClout reality TV show or something.
yeah, it sounds like the introduction to like a porno.
Yeah, and then the CEO is kind of annoying. He's like an alpha male. He's young. He's in his 20s.
No, he's like Dan Bilzerian.
Kind of. He went to Princeton, so he's like the snobby Bulgarian. But yeah, he's an athlete. He was on the rowing team.
I knew you were gonna say rowing team as soon as I heard Princeton. I was like, is he gonna say when you said athletes, like he's gonna say rowing team? He's gonna say rowing team. He said rowing team.
His name's Nader El Haji, so we have to find out where he's from. I think he might be Egyptian.
Haji? Isn't that what's that? That's gotta be from the UAE, right?
You think? Yeah,
I think Haji is UAE.
it's probably more. Well, I think it can be anyone's last name though. They've got people with the last name Haji. Even Iranians have that last name too.
Oh yeah, you're Iranian, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, nice, nice.
Studied Arabic. I know about the Fusha.
I don't know what that is.
You don't speak Arabic?
I can read Arabic 'cause, like I grew up reading the Quran and stuff, but like I can't understand it. I forgot all my Arabic. I can
Well,
still read it.
Quranic Arabic. It's that's basically what they call written Arabic.
Oh, okay.
Versus colloquial, I'm not very good. Colloquial, I only know a little bit of Moroccan slang and stuff.
Yeah, I can't speak any Arabic. I can
You know,
speak
probably,
like, huh?
you know some bad words though, right?
Um, no, I don't know any like at
You know
all.
kus umuk?
Kus I know I don't think it's Arabic, but I know the word sharmuta. I think that's
Yeah,
Like
that's
Iran
Arabic.
specific.
No, that's
No?
Arabic. That's Arabic
That's,
for prostitute.
oh, okay, I just know sharmuta. That's it. Yeah.
Kus umuk means your mom's pussy.
Kosovak?
Those are
Oh, okay.
basically the main two bad words in Arabic, or sharmuta and kusum.
Oh, okay, yeah. I only speak like English, Russian, and I'm like beginning to learn Korean.
Why Korean?
So I went to high school with a lot of Korean homies, and it's like I wanna go over there and like maybe like teach English for a while I work on like because the rap scene in Korea, like the hip hop rap scene in Korea, is super small, right? Like it's tiny. So it's like I want to find like me and my friend Harry, we want to like find an in there because he's already Korean and he's like been working on he's been Korean since birth, but he's Korean. And like he makes a lot of music, right? Like he's like really talented at playing like the piano. And then like I'm like really good at like writing. So like that's like we want to like try and find our way in on in the music industry through the Korean rap scene.
Very nice. Yeah, I've had some experience with Korean rap. Nobody hot for a while though. The hottest Asian rapper in recent times has been the kid from Vietnam,
Oh, Rich Chiga?
Rich Chiga, but he changed his name. Now he's like Rich
Rich
Daniel.
Brian. Yeah,
Rich
Rich
Brown.
Brian. What's he? No, he's a Indonesian.
Oh, Indonesia, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a cool Genius interview. He seems like a funny guy.
Yeah, you're from LA. Do you remember the he hasn't made music in a while, but he's a Korean American rapper called Dumbfounded.
No, I don't know him.
Yeah, he's from I believe he's from LA or from California at least, but he's like a Korean dude raised in California. And he's his name's Dumbfounded and he's been rapping for a while. And also, yeah, there hasn't been a lot of Korean rappers that have popped up or any Asian rappers really.
I think Jin is Korean, the battle rapper. He might be from LA too.
I haven't heard of him.
He was getting pretty big in the battle scene for a while.
It's mostly like pop from Korea that's like blowing up. Like the K-pop scene is crazy. Like their fans are crazy loyal.
Yeah, I like the stuff they do on social media, but I'm not a fan of the music. Like one time I tried to listen to BTS and it just sounds like as pop music as you can get. So
Yeah, I don't like it either.
me,
Same. I've been listening to a lot of 3 6 Mafia lately. That's what I've been listening to often. And the new Chief Keef album.
Juicy J is my boy from back in the day. We've done a million crypto things. Juicy J's NFT was through my old company, Everpedia. We basically set up his NFT for him.
Oh, fire. What have you been listening to lately?
I'm kind of mad at him right now because he didn't sign up for Helidoge. So built all of Helidoge for him.
Huh?
And his response when I tried to get him to join Helidoge was, I tried to sign up for BitClout. I wasn't able to, so I'm not interested in attempting to sign up for Helidoge.
But
I'm
it
like,
takes like
dude, that's the reason we made it. Because
it
you
takes
can
like
sign up.
1 minute to sign up.
Yeah, but with rappers, it's kind of tough. But that's not even the vibe, right? I mean, we don't really need him to be doging. The main thing I'd like from him is just to invest.
Yeah.
We had some baller investors like how Genius did. Genius probably had the most baller investors of any startup.
Genius probably has some of the best marketing for a website that's ever been done.
Yeah, and we still completely crashed. So it just goes to show marketing will not save you.
Yeah, whatever happened? Because I was looking back on some of your old interviews, and in one of the interviews, you were talking about how Genius was going to branch out into annotating books and poems and become like an academic platform. How come that like never panned out? Like what
That's
happened?
why that failed. That's the basis. I mean, so when we abandoned that in 2016, but then we were doing well with the music stuff. We hired
Mhm.
Rob Markman to replace me. He got all the rappers going. So it seems like Genius is still going to be good. And then the rumor is that Google wanted to buy Genius for a lot of money. But then the CEO rejected that offer. And that's when they started stealing the lyrics from us and putting them in Google
Oh,
Lyrics. And then we sued them. It was on the front page of the newspaper, but the lawsuit got dismissed by the first judge, and Genius ran out of money. The CEO was throwing away money. He hired a bunch of people they didn't need. The office was $40,000 a month, just like giant. It's especially ridiculous because of COVID. Now everyone's working from home. Like, I bet you no one's even been in the Genius office for a couple of years. So things did not go well. It ended up being sold like a fire sale, but the annotating everything, that was the real vision. But it didn't happen. That's kind of, I left the company because the News Genius started to cause problems. Like I basically left News Genius annotations that made people uncomfortable. And then this woman wrote an essay where she was like, I'm scared my ex-boyfriend is going to use News Genius to annotate my blog posts about him. He hadn't even done it. Like she was just saying, I'm scared that he could do it. And then
oh,
this, like, a congresswoman in the House of Representatives tweeted like, Genius, how dare you? So like we ended up having to abandon non. Also, it was not getting any traffic. I mean, the main way people would go to Genius for traffic is they would just type the word lyrics and that would lead them to Genius. That's why now that Google's stealing all the lyrics, Genius's traffic has gone to nothing.
yeah, they just display it right on the search screen.
Helidoge is probably going to have more traffic than Genius in like a month because Genius is around top 1,000. So Helidoge is top 50,000 and Genius is top 1,000. That's not that big of a difference.
No, no, that's only 40,000,
49, yeah.
49,000. Yeah.
Got 49 more spots to go. Yeah, and then Genius raised all this money. We raised the money because we thought we're going to do more than music. But if you think about it, it was just ridiculous to raise that much money just to make a hip hop thing. So that's why a lot of the investors got burned. Eminem lost money.
Oh,
I didn't get shit.
Eminem must have been mad because that was like, I think you said it in an interview. That was the only website that he uses, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably celebrities get confused when they invest in tech and they don't make money. Like supposedly that's the reason why Kanye doesn't invest in tech because a long time ago in 2010 he invested in turntable.fm. He's actually making a comeback now. I wonder if they're going to give him any equity. But Turntable FM was the hot shit. Like that when it came out, there was as much buzz as when Spotify came out. Everyone thought that was going to be the hot shit. and then
What
they shut it down.
what is Turntable FM? I've never even heard of that app.
It's a music social network. They just brought it back. So if you go, it's back now. Like the big Silicon Valley people brought it back because that was considered like the Silicon Valley thing that everyone thought was going to be hot, and then it shut down. I mean, even Kanye invested.
Wow.
It's a social network. It's basically a way people become DJs of rooms. You play music that everyone else can listen to. Because they have the DJ model, they negotiated with the music industry to pay less money. So like for every
Oh,
song you hear on Turntable, you're not paying as much to the artist as Spotify pays, but it's because you're not picking, like the DJ is picking, you're just listening.
oh, okay.
And
I've
then you can
never. That's
add
pretty
people
cool.
as friends, you make an avatar. Yeah, it's cool for a while. I was when before Helidoge started, I hit them up. I was actually asking them to hire me. I thought maybe I could go work for Turntable FM,
Oh, nice.
but then we built this thing, so I'm kind of too busy for that. I haven't even started my account. They gave me a verified account, and I haven't even signed in to claim my check mark.
What is it? Kadashi?
Hmm?
I just heard you say Kadashi. I'm not sure what that is.
No, I said they gave me a verified blue check.
Oh, okay.
They were like, because they started again. I hit up the CEO. I'm like, "Yo, it's so cool you started again." And he's like, "Yeah, we'll get you a verified account. We'll make you a custom avatar because like everyone has avatars."
Oh, nice.
I still like so that was literally the email that I was going to respond to when Helidoge started. She was like, "Yo, check out your avatar."
Nice, nice.
I still have not signed up, but
So
it's cool.
you got a degree in history from Yale, right? And
Yes,
then,
and the only history I know is Benjamin Franklin.
oh, I like Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah, that's Lil Wayne's there.
I
It's
like
all about dollar bills, y'all. It's all about the Doge.
it's all about the Doge, right? It's Benjamin Franklin was a huge stoner too.
Really nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
George Washington.
all the founding fathers were huge stoners. Abe Lincoln was even there's even like a recorded thing saying Abe Lincoln liked to sit on his porch and smoke hemp.
Weed is the answer. That's like one of the major messages I want to send with the Helidoge community is we need to get everyone off of these horrible drugs and back on weed. Because that's why, so like I was really addicted to the Instagram meme community before Helidoge started. That was kind of
Mhm.
one of the inspirations also for Helidoge. And I became friends with a lot of the kids, like neoliberal hell, but I really do not agree with their lifestyles. Like, and that's one of the big things. Like, all of these meme kids, all of them are on Adderall, a lot of them are on antidepressants. Like, every drug that I'm against, they're just obsessed with. So, I spent a lot of time on Instagram, like preaching to the meme kids, like, don't do these drugs, only do weed. And they would get really mad at me. So like that one thing that makes me happy is like on Helidoge, I've already had multiple people DM me where they're like, "Yo, because of what you said, I decided to quit coffee. I decided to quit Zoloft. I decided to quit Adderall." So that's kind of what I'm trying to do is just get rid of all of these really bad drugs because these drugs, the thing that made me quit all of the drugs except for weed is seizure disorder because basically every single one of these drugs give you seizures except for weed. Weed actually decreases the seizures. But I'm
Oh,
starting to realize everything bad. Like, so today, Reductress did a post on irritable bowel syndrome.
mhm.
They were making a joke. They're like, irritable bowel syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome is like ADHD for your ass. And I commented, I'm like, well, it's funny because they're actually related because the Adderall you take for ADHD is what's causing the irritable bowel syndrome.
Mhm.
People just don't put two and two together. Then there's a lot of like, so seizures, IBS, asthma, allergies, so many things that it comes down to uppers, basically. Like America is a nation that's addicted to uppers. Caffeine
Yeah.
for everyone, meth for poor people, and then Adderall for rich people.
Yeah, I mean, because of you, I stopped drinking coffee and I stopped taking my Adderall medication. So I realized like I don't really need it, you know?
Hell yeah, man. No, don't do that stuff. It's fun, but it's causing too much damage. It's causing too much damage. I used to be really into it. Like I never had a prescription, but in the Rap Genius era, the CEO of Genius and I, one thing we would do together, we would call it Naked Adderall, where we
Naked
would take,
Adderall.
yeah, we would take Adderall and then we would spend the entire day in the apartment working on Genius naked.
Oh, because you couldn't leave if you were naked, right?
Yeah, also just to make it kind of gay, you know. But yeah, naked Adderall. We would put towels on the seats because you didn't want to get ass juice on the office chair. Because when you
Oh
take
yeah.
Adderall, your ass starts juicing. That's like a
You
sign
get
of
you get
that.
swamp ass.
Yeah, swamp
Yeah.
ass, like swamp armpits.
Swamp everything. You start sweating.
Vyvanse is even worse for that. Vyvanse, I remember in some ways I enjoyed the feeling more than Adderall, but it would make your armpits smell like shit.
Really.
I mean, so did
I've
that.
I've taken Vyvanse once, like not the prescription, but just like from someone, and that shit had me like wired. Like I was like, but like by the end of it, like after like 12 hours, like after I came off the Vyvanse, I smelled like my whole body just smelled reeked. And it didn't make any sense because I had showered just the day, like just the same day.
Yeah, the only real difference between Vyvanse and Adderall is you can't snort Vyvanse. That's basically why they made Vyvanse, is because kids were snorting Adderall.
Oh, what happens if you snort it? I've never done that.
I don't know. I think either it makes you really sick or it basically just doesn't work. But or it might still kind of work, but the point, like, if you snort Adderall, it makes it work different from eating it. But Vyvanse, you can only take it through your stomach.
Oh, okay. Because
And then it's
I've
also
only
kind of more
taken it orally.
intense.
Oh yeah, Vyvanse is much more intense. It's like the closest. It's like people say Adderall is like meth, but Adderall is like watered down meth. Like Vyvanse is like the closest you're hitting to like medically made or chemically made meth. You know?
Yeah, and then you have Ritalin, which is coke.
Yeah, Ritalin is a lot like coke. And then for anything like you take, like it's gonna cause depression one way or another for some reason, just the way like it just throws off your brain chemistry. And then you're gonna have to take like SSRIs on top of whatever you're taking. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, all of these are just the same shit. Like an upper is an upper. They all just kind of make you feel powerful, but then they make you like start shaking and sweating and your teeth chattering. And I used to like that feeling, but now I don't. Now I wouldn't like it, especially like you start juicing from your ass. You have to go take like 6 shits in a row, you get diarrhea. Is that really a feeling we want? And then everyone's addicted. Like everyone's like, oh, I want my upper so that I can start sweating and shaking and get diarrhea.
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
that's what we're addicted to. It's like, no, I want my weed so that I can start looking dopey and like getting emotional about rap lyrics.
yeah. Yeah. I find that like taking any medication just ruins you in the end. Like you just it's just bad because it's all fake. Like it's all like not real stuff.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think maybe I should stop weed too, but I think it's just asking too much because humans are drug addicts. Like, we all do look for this rewards activation. We want these things, not just with drugs, but with food too. Like, everyone gets addicted to unhealthy foods like sugar just because they set off the rewards in your brain.
Yeah.
So for me, my brain rewards is only weed. I'm just going to
Oh,
limit it to the one thing. Like, weed is not great. Weed has problems, but you cannot compare the problems of weed to any of these bad drugs.
That's true. I experienced, 'cause I had to slow down on weed. I didn't start smoking until I finally moved, like, to the States properly until, like, in August 2019. So in, like, the first semester of college is when I first, like, was that was the first time I smoked weed. I was, like, 18 years old. When the first time I got stoned, right, I was like, "Wow, this feeling is great, like, why would I ever wanna come down?" And then I was just high for 6 months straight, like, nonstop. There wasn't a day where I would wake up, and as soon as I woke up, like, I had to get stoned, and I was stoned until the day ended. But I had to slow down because I went from 185 pounds to 145 pounds.
You were losing weight.
I was losing weight because I get the opposite of munchies when I smoke.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, I only use weed to exercise, so that's how I limit the like constantly. Because yeah, it's true. Like once you take a hit, you want another one. So that's
Mhm.
how weed can get dangerous. So for me, I only take one hit and then I'm good.
Oh, okay, yeah, I just keep going. I don't know, it's just like because once you get one, you wanna do the next one and keep going because you just keep hitting the reward. You just keep hitting that reward button, you know?
No, because the way so it works, because I'm only using it to exercise. So I take the hit, and then as soon as I take the hit, I want to work out and listen to rap. So then I do
Oh,
that.
okay.
And then by the time I'm done working out, I don't want to smoke again. I want to eat. So then I just start
Oh.
eating a lot. And then after I eat, I go on hella doge. And then after I doge, I go to sleep. So there's really no, I think if you combine the exercise with the weed, it reduces that thing of like, hey, let's take another hit. Let's take another hit, which also makes
I
weed
could see that, yeah.
expensive. Like in college, I remember some kids were spending like $100 a week on weed. And like now I'm a grown ass man. I spend like maybe $100 every like 3 months.
I think I was spending, like at my peak, I was spending, like, $120 every, like, 3, 4 days, just, like 'cause I would just not stop, right? And this is, like, I was just buying
Especially
flour.
blunts. Blunts can make it so expensive because like
They
you can
do,
roll a
yeah.
gram into a blunt, no problem. But for me, I use the vaporizer. It takes me like a week and a half to go through a gram.
I would go through a gram in one sitting, like, no problem, 10 minutes. I would go through a whole gram. But with the pens, it takes me, like, a couple days, like, 4 or 5 days to go through a gram. Because with the woods, like, I would, like, roll, like, 3.5s in a single, wood.
Yeah, it's awful, especially when
It
people
is.
do it with good weed. It doesn't even work if you do it with good weed. Like if you want to just like roll some mids, but I've seen joints and blunts fail because of people are putting high quality weed. It's just not meant to be smoked that way. The volcano vaporizer is the best, especially if you've got like right now, my boy from LA sent me like the bomb bomb. He mailed me the bomb bomb. So it's like perfect for the vaporizer. Just got like such a good vibe going. It's like the champagne of weed.
Oh, for real? What's it called?
Source cannabis.
Source cannabis?
Yeah, I'll send you their Instagram. They're gonna be famous one day. They have the highest quality product. And then I tried to hit up the CEO. This was even before Helidoge, but then he just
Mhm.
ghosted me. It would be so cool to get them a Helidoge can. Like I haven't even started exploring all of the cannabis marketing we could do because they're not allowed to market on Facebook. That's why with
Yeah,
my last company, I tried to start Ozone. We had a client called Kush Queen who makes
Kush
CBD
Queen.
oils. Yeah, Kush Queen. It's huge. Like it's if you go to CBD stores, you see Kush Queen. It's like a big brand,
Oh,
but they're
okay.
not allowed to advertise on Facebook.
Oh, so one of the things that, Hella Doge would have an advantage on would be marketing the, like, marijuana demographic.
Yeah, there's already people. So freebitcoins.com, that guy's the man. He he's like an old Bitcoin guy. He started freebitcoins.com in like 2012 or something.
Oh wow.
Um, and so if you type freebitcoins.com into Facebook,
Hmm.
it doesn't let you post it. So like not
Oh,
only is he not allowed to advertise, like his website is banned from Facebook for no good reason. Like it's not a scam website. It's basically the same thing as Doge. It's like
sounds
affiliate
pretty
marketing.
whack, doesn't it? That they block these people based on like whatever they feel like doing.
Yeah, Kush Queen gets blocked, freebitcoins.com gets blocked. It's messed up. So that's kind of who I should be focusing on. I mean, I haven't really done so far. Pretty much all of the Doge sponsors have just been people who hit me up. But once traffic starts growing, I'm going to start trying to market to more CBD people, crypto people, anyone who Facebook hates on.
There is a Korean rapper called Yumda, like, and he recently, like last year, he had his own like soju like deal, which is like alcohol. But he's also mentioned Dogecoin a lot in his songs. He'd be like Doge to the moon, like in the middle of a song. So like I DM'd him and I'm like I'm just waiting on his response to see if he'll join Hella Doge.
Yeah, let's hit him up. He can sponsor with the soju.
He could
It's
sponsor with
also
Soju, yeah. Does Hella Doge have an office?
never. It'll never happen.
Never.
After what happened, so Genius got the fanciest tech office in New York, $40,000 a month.
Hmm.
When that was right when I was leaving, I left Genius a month after we signed the lease for the office, and I was like, 40,000 a month? Are you kidding me? And I still feel that way. Like no
That's a
one,
lot.
Facebook shouldn't even be paying that much. Like why 40,000 for to do nothing? It's completely useless.
Yeah, that's an
So
insane amount of
after
money.
the $40,000 fancy, it got written up in like Architectural Digest office. No, Doge will never have an office. It'll never have like a million full-time employees who don't do shit like Facebook does. It's just gonna have the bare bones people, and 80% of the money goes to the real people, which is the users.
That's a pretty cool way to run it.
Half of the people I know who work for Facebook don't even use Facebook because they work there. So everyone else is addicted to Instagram. I'm addicted to Instagram. Everyone I know is addicted. But if you work at Instagram, then because they're paying you $10,000 a month, you're not addicted to Instagram. Everyone else is addicted to Instagram. But because Instagram pays you $10,000 a month, you can't be addicted because you're already getting $10,000 a month for them. So you don't want to be their hoe. Like it's already bad enough that they're giving you money. So how messed up is that? So like basically the only person who doesn't care about your product is the person who gets $10,000 a month. Everyone else who gets zero loves it, but the person who you're paying doesn't like.
That's
So
weird,
we're never
right?
going to have those people.
It's kind of sus.
The internet, the way it is right now, is sus. The whole point, and all of
Very.
this is Ben Horowitz's fault. Ben Horowitz is the guy who invested in Genius. It's all his fault because he was the guy who tried to make the internet like the button factories. He was like, I'm an
Oh,
entrepreneur. Like, I read a book about the guy who made the button factories in the 1940s. So I'm going to write a book about how Mark Zuckerberg needs to make the internet button factories. It's like, no, we're not making button factories. We don't need a CEO. We don't need any of this stuff. What we need is like just the people working together and splitting up the money, like communism. And then with crypto Web3, you've kind of got the answer to all this stuff. Like with DAOs, everyone's saying we shouldn't have corporations anymore. DAOs can replace corporations. But then they're making it too complicated. Like right now, crypto is all this nerdy stuff. So like, oh, let's do the voting for the DAO. And like by the time they try to figure all that stuff out, Juicy J is not even able to sign up.
yeah. I think that's crypto's biggest problem right now. Web3's biggest issue. This is just too nerdy. Like they need to figure out how to communicate that shit better, and they need to invest in more like designers and stuff who can like make shit pretty and like easily understandable for like our grandmas to be able to use things like that.
That's the Hella Doge mission because no one's doing it worse than BitCloud. BitCloud is just complicated and weird. I always didn't like Steemit because it was too complicated, but BitCloud is like a million times more. And then Steemit is blowing up. Steemit has never raised any money, but they've still got way more traffic than BitCloud, who got $200 million from all of the corrupt ass Silicon Valley investors, like Facebook's investors.
Since you grew up in Los Angeles, what made you leave California since you work in tech and like Silicon Valley's already in Cali? Why move across the country to New York instead?
Um, I really don't know. I came back here for the Tinder basically, but I never wanted Genius to be here. Like that was one of the first beefs I got into with the CEO of Genius was because he was living in New York before we got into Y Combinator. But
Mhm.
after we got into Y Combinator, I thought we are going to move to San Francisco. But at the end of Y Combinator, he was like, listen, I got bad news. I've decided I want to go back to New York. Because he probably missed the Tinder too. But then he felt so bad that he's moving back to New York that he let me get a house in Malibu. So for 2 years, Genius had a beach house in Malibu, and like Chance the Rapper lived there, and I was having the time of my life. Like I had a baller apartment in New York, an entire whole ass beach house in Malibu. I wasn't paying for any of it. All of it was the company. Living with all these rappers. So I wasn't complaining, but that's kind of how I got connected with New York. And then people respect Genius a lot more in New York. Like in New York, so many people are like, oh my God, you started Genius. In LA, most people don't even know what Genius is.
Really? You would think in the
Yes.
place where they have all the entertainment and the rappers that they would know what
Yeah, but
Genius is.
people from LA are too dumb. They're they're too dumb to know any. They don't even know that, like they don't know what Quora is. They only know what Instagram is. They're too dumb even for like Twitter or Reddit or like the just second level internet stuff.
Oh yeah, it's got to be like Instagram or Snapchat. That's it.
And that's why I ended up starting my second company with a bunch of freaks. Like the guys who I started Everpedia with, they were just total circus freaks because those were the only people who were down to work with me in LA. Like there were some people who were like, hey, we think you're cool because you remind us of Donald Trump. Like so, when Donald Trump was president, so many people would come and like they were showing love. They were like basically telling me that they're fans. They said, "You're cool because you remind me of Donald Trump," and like it made me feel weird because I'm like, meanwhile, I like I don't like this guy. Like thanks, I guess, but I'm not trying to be like Donald Trump. Like that was kind of a wake up call for me. Thankfully, Donald Trump shit on crypto like that. That was a big help for me because at least now some of these weirdos can't be so outright. But yeah, the guys I started Everpedia with were a bunch of like, hey, I've never had a girlfriend. I like Donald Trump. I'm
Yeah.
doing no fap November. Like they're
Oh, they got like those anime, those hentais of like little girls,
for real.
lolly shit. You just found out what lolly was, right? Like last week.
Lolly, the crypto thing.
Oh, I thought when we were talking about on Hella Doge, you meant lolly is in the hentai.
That you told me about it, right?
Yeah, yeah. Because you were
Yeah,
asking what's lolly, and I thought it was the hentai thing.
yeah. No, it's good that you told me about it. There's like a jank crypto thing called Lolly too, but
Yeah, it's kind of a weird name for a coin.
Lolly want a cracker. I don't think they have their own coin though. They just that's the one thing I like about Lolly is they just give people Bitcoin. That's one thing that bothers me about Web3. Like Everpedia is guilty too. Everyone makes their own coins. So I think people should just give either Bitcoin or Dogecoin.
I think that makes sense because if everybody has their own coins, then there's just so much like switching between the coins in like certain cases. Imagine if you had to like every store you went into had their own coin. That would get really annoying really fast.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why I'm not down with the Everpedia model or the Steemit model. Brave is blowing up. Brave supposedly has 15 million users now. And I tried to sign up and I was not able to. I got Juicy Jade with Brave. So maybe I should try again. I
It's
don't think,
hard. Like any crypto like service you try to sign up for, most of the time is like annoyingly difficult for whatever reason.
yeah, I don't think you can even sign, like, they don't let you sign in with Facebook. You can only sign into Brave if you have a MetaMask. And I don't have one. I'm never going to get one. I refuse to get a MetaMask. I don't keep my crypto on a Trezor. I don't like this whole like memorizing 25 magic words and
Yeah, I don't like handing over like or like having all my crypto stored like by like for example like OpenSea, you don't really own the NFT technically. It's like stored on like with them. So you can't just take it out or like there's like a process to take it out. But it's like OpenSea has your NFT basically.
I have no problem with that. But OpenSea is still too complicated for me. Like that's you're coming at it from like the libertarian thing. I think that stuff's gone too far. Like there's still going to be centralization. I was reading an article today about how BitCloud is still going to have centralization for like when people are going on like hate speech rampages and stuff.
I don't
So
like OpenSea because I can't figure out how to like make a proper account on OpenSea. Because I did the MetaMask thing, like I had to download Chrome because I don't even like using Chrome. I use Safari, and MetaMask is only available. It's not available on Safari, so I have to download Chrome, and then you have to like connect it to your OpenSea somehow, and then it just creates an account. Like I don't really know how it works.
yeah, I haven't even tried, but I'm sure that I would not be able to do it. Also, I heard that they make you give them money. That's one thing I've hated about any crypto thing where they say you have to give us money. It's like, give me a break. The first place I heard about that was EOS, because EOS invested in Everpedia. They gave us $30 million. So
Mhm.
the Everpedia guys were like, Mahbod, they invested. So now you have to open an EOS account. And I never opened one because they said that to open an EOS account, you have to pay them $6.
What's an EOS account? What does it do?
It lets you have EOS. To
I don't know
open an
what EOS
EOS,
is.
well, EOS it's a cryptocurrency.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
cryptocurrency that got started by the guy who started Steemit. So he
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
be the mother of all cryptocurrencies, but it
Wow,
didn't.
he really likes his currencies.
Yeah, he started all this. Like Steemit's biggest thing is staking. So they said staking is the whole thing. They say you have to pay money first.
Hmm.
You have to pay money to get money, so that you can't spam. If you spam, you're gonna lose the money you get. But that's such a dumb way to look at it because who cares about spam? If you're making people pay to join you, no one's going to join because there's a bunch of
Yeah,
stuff you can do on the internet for free. So
most
OpenSea
stuff on the
pay
internet's for
20
free.
bucks, EOS makes you pay $6.
Yeah, and it's like, what if you buy it and then you just don't like the platform? Then you're just out of $6.
I don't even think that's the reason. The point is no one is going to even get their payment information. They're going to be like, hold on, there's 20 things I can do on the internet for free. You want me to pay
Yeah,
to do your thing?
all the biggest platforms are entirely free. So why use like a small platform like Steemit or EOS and pay money for it?
Steemit's doing well though. Steemit is top 1,000 sites again, which is crazy. That's how it's basically the same amount of traffic it had in 2017.
Oh, okay. You turned 30 recently, right?
40 almost. I'm
40,
39.
40, my bad. 39.
40 under 40.
How does that feel?
It's thug. I'm loving it. I love getting older. My childhood was not that much fun. So like some people like childhood. I wasn't loving it. Like for me, until 3 years ago, I had like stuff floating around in my brain. So like just the
Oh,
fact that now
the
I'm tumor
particles from the
free.
tumor?
Well, tumors, I basically had because I still had stuff left over. That's why I needed surgery again. So like I've had stuff in my brain for most of my life. So only had 3 years with clear brain.
Feels good, yeah.
Yeah, also what before COVID started, I was broke as fuck. So at least COVID, now crypto blew up. So I'm very grateful for that. Got a girlfriend. Thank you, Tinder.
Oh,
Very
shout
grateful
out
for
Dana.
that. But yeah, the older I get, I'm really enjoying it. It would just be nice to get a job. That's the only thing that's missing now is I really want a job. So hopefully Helidoge can turn into a job. But we'll see. Then again,
Hopefully,
I
yeah.
just said that no one should have a full-time job at Facebook. So it'd be selfish for me to be like, no one else is gonna have a full-time job at Helidoge, just me. I would never pay myself like 10K a month. I would just pay myself like minimum wage.
Would you pay yourself in crypto?
I'm down, sure. Yeah, Everpedia, we did a lot of Everpedia, probably half of what I got paid was in Ethereum. Because our salaries were cash, but all the bonuses we got were in Ethereum.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, like I learned, like I'm trying to, like I've learned like Java and some other like programming languages. So I'd be down to like work on Hella Doge
Hit up
if anything
Zishan,
comes up.
man. Yeah, I don't do any of the coding stuff, but Zishan, so Eric built it, and then Eric decided he doesn't want to do it full time. So Zishan's the one who stepped in and is running it now. And he is a Muslim. He's a guy who prays every day. So
Shout
now
out to
we've
the Brown
got on
Boys.
our side. Hmm?
Shout out to the Brown Boys.
Yeah, well, when Zishan took over, that's when the traffic started blowing up. So I think it's because he prays. I need to
That
start
could be
praying
it.
too.
Do you think if Jesus had a Hella Doge account that you would follow him?
Definitely. I love Jesus. My boy Michael, who was the first investor, he just started going to church, Persian guy, but he's turned into Kanye. Like whenever I talk to him, he's like, you need to accept Jesus as your savior. So yeah, I'm down. I'm down with all religions. Like, Islam is obviously the one that I've studied the most, studying Arabic and stuff, but that just comes from the other ones. So I'm all about the religious unity. That's why I'm into social media. Just want to bring people together. I'm really happy about how many foreign languages we have on Helidoge. Like I don't know if you've noticed, but we kind of blew up
Multiple,
in
yeah.
Iran. That kid Ashi, who's always he's always like dojing negative stuff in Persian. No one else can understand it. I'm cracking up. Like he's always
Oh
like
yeah, I can't read it. Yeah.
he's saying like life is so shitty, life is so miserable. But he's a rapper. He's got like 10,000 followers on Instagram.
Oh, okay. How come you never dropped a rap track? Why? How come we've never seen a song from Mabu?
I've dropped a lot of rap track. I actually had freestyles on YouTube that had like a couple 100,000 views, but all of them got deleted when I left Genius. They deleted everything. They deleted all of my raps. All of them were annotated. All the annotations of the raps are gone.
It's pretty rude of them.
The funny thing is I can still see it. If I sign into my Genius account, I don't know how long, maybe they're going to take this away, but I can still see all of my freestyle tracks. Not the videos, but I can see at least the lyrics.
Oh, okay. Any chance you're gonna re-release them?
There's one freestyle. So I've done a lot of angry freestyles. Like I did a Mark Zuckerberg diss freestyle. It made people angry. I DOS racist this freestyle. That was like the one that went viral. Like, they got mad. So then
Oh.
I decided to do a freestyle to like squash the beef. And it's set
Hmm.
to Clams Casino. It's like very based and peaceful. And that was my best freestyle. I like make a lot of allusions to like the Bible and mythology and stuff.
Oh,
So I was thinking of maybe retaping the Clams Casino freestyle, but I'm too late. I don't think. Can't live my old glory days like that. That was young Mabu. These days I'm too busy just making the memes and
oh, okay. What kind of music do you listen to lately?
everything, man.
Everything, but like what, like what's like been on like what's been like on your playlist like on repeat lately?
Albums, the last album that came out that I was listening to with no skips was Rufus du Sol. That was good for working out, so I was bumping that a lot. I'm really excited for The Weeknd's new album, where he's the old man. I love The Weeknd. When
Oh
After
yeah.
Hours came out right at the start of Corona, I was bumping that for sure. How about you? What do you like?
So lately I've been listening. Let me pull up my recently listened to. Lately I've been listening to Yes Sir by Chief Keef, Bin Laden by 3 6 Mafia. I listen to a lot of like Russian and Korean music too. So I've got like this song called uh, Rose Wine. It's Rosa Vino. It's a Rose Wine by All Jane Fadouk, which is like a club song. And then like Shoot by Paul Blanco. And then some like throwbacks too, like International Love by Pitbull and Where Them Girls At by David Guetta. Lately I've been turned on to a lot of Lana Del Rey too. Like that's like someone I've like just like been listening to more often than anyone else.
Yeah, her album with Venice Bitch, that was another one I was listening to with no skips. But then I
Yeah, it's
found
got no
out
skips.
the producer of it is a weird dude. He like got canceled, and his name is Jack Antonoff.
What do you do?
I forgot, but for me, it was like everyone like all these Instagram meme kids. They were like, "I love Jack Antonoff. I hate Jack Antonoff." And then every time I'd see his name, I'd be like, "This dude's name is Jack Antonoff, like Jack Antonoff." So I'd always make jokes. I'd be like when I Jack Antonoff, Anton is grateful," and then no one would laugh. Like they wouldn't get my joke. I'm like, "Come on, why are you laughing?"
Oh, nice, nice. How do you like living in New York as opposed to Los Angeles? Did you grow up in Los Angeles like the like uh up until like a certain point and then move to New York and it's just been like two like different points, or like were you kind of like maybe you lived in Miami for a while, or maybe you
No, my
moved to
third one
Burma
was
or
the Bay
something?
Area. The Bay Area was where I went to law school, and then I was there for about a year for Genius,
Okay.
year and a half. 1 year I was living there by myself working on Genius, and then when we did Y Combinator, we were all there for 6 months. So I like the Yay. The Yay is my favorite one. I think it's very clean and good food, but it's just basically all dudes. So
Oh,
I would love to move there if I can like get married and have kids or something. But and then you have LA, which is the Persian wasteland. For me, LA is just basically a Persian wasteland. It's got stuff that I like. I mean, I grew up there, but at the same time, I was very alienated. Like I didn't have the greatest youth, and then it's very racist. Like in LA, they're more racist against Persians than in any other race.
really?
Yeah, there's a TV show called Shaws of Sunset, which is basically like dedicated to shitting on us.
Hmm.
And then New York, I'm not the biggest fan of the East Coast. Like, I prefer Tupac to Biggie, but
Okay.
I like the Tinder here. And also there's always parties. Like in New York, every weekend, someone's like, "Hey, come to this art gallery, come to this meetup." In LA, like maybe once a month, some Persian FOB is like, "Hey, come to my cousin's party." And it's like a bunch of losers who I don't even want to talk to. They don't speak English. So yeah.
That accent rings too true to me. When I hear that accent, it's like I can already smell like the DR Sauvage.
Yeah, I mean, on the one hand, I'm Mr. International. I'm like all about I want the world to come together. I don't think there should be countries. I don't think there should be different currencies, all this kind of stuff. But on the other hand, like I grew up in an immigrant community where a lot of the people, they didn't even realize that they had left Iran. Like there are a lot of kids who grow up in LA, Persian kids who grow up in LA, who
Hmm.
they don't speak any language. They never learn English and they don't know Persian. So like they don't speak any language.
So
They
what do they? How do they talk? Wh-
they
What do
speak.
they do?
It's the way it was with Chinese people in SF in the late 1800s. You just come here and you make your own language, which is basically it's English with a really messed up Persian accent, but it's like so messed up that no one else can even understand you. And like
Wow.
none of them get jobs, like they don't get normal jobs. They still make good money just because they do like their Persian things, like real estate agent or whatever. They have no non-Persian friends. Like they live in America, they've never been to Iran, but literally every single person they know is Persian. So
Wow.
that's the life I'm leaving behind. Like I did not want to be part of that.
Dude, I couldn't imagine being around like only people of like my race.
It's the worst.
That
Yeah,
would
and it's
suck so
a lot
bad.
less in New York. New York has problems too, but New York is nowhere near as racist as anywhere in California, but especially Los Angeles. Los Angeles is low key the most racist American city. Everyone only hangs out with their own race. You have the Koreans with the Koreans, the Armenians with the Armenians. There's like maybe 10 white people in the city, and all of them work in Hollywood, and they all hang out together.
Hmm.
And then like there's not that many black people in LA. Like the East Coast has a lot more black people. LA doesn't have that many, but then the ones that we have, they're all together. Like there's the black neighborhood, that's it.
You would think
Persian,
that Los Angeles has a lot of black people because the entertainment industry is like pretty black.
yeah, but that's one reason. So Los Angeles is not as racist against black people as other places because yeah, a lot of the black people who live in LA are successful because they work in entertainment.
Hmm.
It's not like in the East Coast, pretty much all like a lot of the working class people are black. In LA, the working class people are Mexican. So there's a lot
Wow.
more racism against Mexican, but so Persians are not poor. There's some poor Persians, but a lot of Persians are known for being rich, but still they're the most discriminated against. Like Persians in LA is kind of like how Eastern European Jewish people were in New York like 100, 150 years ago. Like they're starting to get some money, not by doing respectable stuff, mainly by doing construction. Like that's the main way Persians make money is doing construction.
Oh,
But
okay. Money's money though. It's still like
no,
like it's gonna snowball in a few generations. Like the first generation generally makes like I know for like so it's like my parents are Pakistani, but like so our statistics, like the Pakistani statistics are so small, they just get grouped in with the Indians, which makes sense because Pakistan was basically India like 50 years ago or 70 years ago. So it's like when brown people first came to the states, they were making like really like little money, right? And then like the next generation was making like minimum wage stuff, and then after that, like there was normally it would just go up one step, but then they just jumped because they like got on the tech wave, and then like the average household income like jumped from I think it was like 30,000 for Indians to like 100,000.
yeah, Persians didn't do that as much. In the Bay Area, there are some successful tech Persians, but not the ones in LA. In LA, there's no Persians who do tech. Except, well, the funny thing is the guy who started Tinder is also Persian. So
That
it's
makes
me and
sense.
him. I didn't know you're from Pakistan. For some reason, I thought you're from Egypt. I guess I'm confused, but Zishan's from Pakistan too.
Yeah, well, I was born in Virginia and my parents are from Pakistan. I get when I'm in Texas, I actually get mistaken for Mexican because of the mustache. And then when my hair is like super short, when I have like the fade, I will get mistaken for black sometimes. But
Uh,
I've been mistaken for Afghan. Well, it makes sense that because I'm Pashtun Pathan, right? So like I'm more like Afghani than Pakistani technically.
uh-huh.
So it's like I get mistaken for Afghan sometimes. You're the first person to mistake me for Persian.
No, I thought you were
I mean,
Egyptian.
Egyptian. Yeah,
I don't know why.
Egyptian.
I thought it was based on something I read on your Twitter, I think. I don't know, I'm tripping. But that's good. Pakistan in the house. Maybe we can make Helidoge can just be the Pakistan version of Facebook.
It could be. Yeah. I mean, Pakistani people don't even pay their taxes in Pakistan. There's like 1% of them. The only people who pay tax in Pakistan are the people who work for the government. That's because they have to pay their taxes.
Yeah, the main thing, I don't know a lot about Pakistan government, but right now, India's government is probably the most frustrating in the world for me because they have actually the most bearish stance on crypto. China does
Really?
a lot of talk, but China still shows love. But India is the place that like straight up, like, so basically you can send crypto to anyone anywhere. Like you can even low key send it to people in China, but India, it really becomes tough.
What's India doing? Because I thought like they would be pretty open to crypto.
I know it's a big mistake. Basically, so India showed love to the internet. Like basically, China closed off the internet. India accepted. To some extent, it was to their disadvantage. Like they basically let all these American companies come and run everything for them. But then
Yeah.
now for crypto, it's reversing. Crypto, China basically has India's attitude because they got in early. Like there are some crypto billionaires in China. So they're kind of fighting against the government. But India is kind of just becoming like the way that China just basically shut itself off from the internet. India is becoming like that for crypto. So that's really bad.
I
Hopefully it
used
can
to
change.
I used to live in India in Hyderabad for 2 years in middle school.
Nice. How's
A
that?
lot of it's very hot, that's for sure, but it's like a damp hotness sometimes. It's nice though. It's like the people are nice and stuff. But you'll
Everyone
see
I
like
know,
those signs for those big American companies. You'll see like those big call centers, like just like there and like all around. It's just like undeveloped, but there's like, this one big call center.
everyone I know is from Bangalore, which I think that's the tech center. That's like the SF of India. And
Bangalore.
we've got a lot of Bangalore ballers on Helidoge. Meher, who holds it down.
Well, Meher stays posting. Yeah.
Um, and then I don't know if you've noticed Samar. Samar just came back. Samar is like the meme lord of India, but he had just taken I think like 6 month detox from the internet.
Oh wow.
And now we got Hella Sam back. Samar's memes used to be hilarious, but then he became like radicalized. Like nowadays, all he posts about is how angry he is about coronavirus rules and stuff.
Wow. He went into reality a little too much, huh?
I'm always telling him, I'm like, yo, Samar, this stuff it might be BS, but it makes the price of Bitcoin go up. So whatever. And I don't want to go to any clubs. I just want to kick it. So
Yeah, I feel like I've done all like the stuff you would normally see done in college. I feel like I did that like all the way back in high school.
mm,
So it's like now when people are excited for it now, I feel like I'm already over it. But then the issue is I'll kick it at home, but then I don't know what to do instead.
that's very European. That's the European thing of like getting your wild oats sown earlier. But it's good. Like I don't miss being a young thug. I never liked it. The only reason I was partying and thugging and stuff is just because I wanted a hot girlfriend,
Oh.
and it didn't get me shit. Like I never met, all the girls I was dating when I was young, they were whack. But then now that I'm an adult, I can get it. And then I met my girlfriend on Tinder, which like on the one hand, people think of it as being like some people think of it as being only for hookups and stuff. But
Hmm.
if you think about it, Tinder is actually a lot cleaner than meeting someone at a party or a bar or whatever. Because like as soon as you meet them, you can look at their LinkedIn, you know where they went to college, you know what they do. So
Yeah, safer.
it's closer to like the arranged marriage type stuff. So
Yeah, look, I can see that.
I'm all about the internet. Like some people are like, "Oh, the internet, it's driving me crazy." I've never for one day been like, "Oh, I'm sick of the internet." I just love this. I'm sick of reality because like reality, it's just people are like animals. I go to parties. At the party, everyone's obsessed with the guy who's 6'2". And the guy who's 6'2", he doesn't say anything funny or do anything interesting. He's just got this like animal, like dominant monkey advantage. That's what
Yeah,
people
I can
care
see.
about.
Yeah,
On the internet, people care about what kind of music you listen to, if you're funny.
what you're
Like
posting.
it's basically it's
Yeah,
the internet is for your brain, reality is for your body. So it's like, what are you gonna choose, brain or body? And like I'm gonna pick brain all day because it's
oh,
secure.
same.
That's what separates us from the animals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm 6 foot two, but I still don't like when I'll talk to people, like especially girls, it's like you can tell like instantly, like what the vibe they're coming at you, and then you just get irked when you know it's like that animal thing.
Well, dude, if you're 6'2", maybe just quit the internet. Just go to just go to bars. But for me, that shit's not for me. Also, I don't like to spend money. So like the internet's good because you don't have to.
Oh yeah, it's
Also,
free.
the one thing that I think makes people, because I get stuff out of the internet. I have businesses on here. Mark Zuckerberg gave me my blue check marks. That gives me some validation. I think a lot of people get depressed on the internet because they think of it as a time suck. They're like, I just was on Instagram for 3 hours and I got nothing out of it.
Hmm.
So that's another thing I think Helidoge can solve. It's not just about like the universal basic income side. It's the psychology of like knowing, hey, this app respects you. At least there's something to show. Like you spent 3 hours, you got a couple Doge. It's not huge, but at least it's not nothing.
And the community is really like tight right now. Like it's a very tight knit community. You're gonna get interaction. You're gonna get people commenting and redoging, and you're gonna get like activity happening. Because you can
Yeah,
scroll for hours on Instagram and get like nothing back from it. But if you could post something on Hella Doge, you're getting Doge and you're getting like a social activity in a way.
yeah, we have a lot of smart people. That guy, Paul was the most active Everpedia editor, and
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah, I follow Paul.
we need him to run for Prime Minister of the UK.
Oh, he's in the United Kingdom.
Yeah, he lives in Coventry, and he's a curious guy. So, like, on the one hand, he seems kind of like pro-Trump. Like, he's really anti-COVID BS. He
Hmm.
hates liberals. But then his wife, I think, is Palestinian or something.
Oh, okay.
So he's like hardcore pro-Palestine. So he's just like all over the place.
Yeah,
But one thing
very
about
very
it, he loves
scattered.
dogs. That man loves dogs, and he loves animals in general. So I think that's one reason why he's so into Helidoge.
It's because it's for the Doge, right?
Yeah, I mean, some people said that it was bad that we picked Doge. Like there was this guy, the Compound. He's one of my favorite meme guys on Instagram. So I
Hmm.
wanted him to become one of the first members of Helidoge. He was like, Doge is cringe, bro. Dude, that's like memes from 2 years ago. And it's like on the one hand, I know what he's talking about. Like Elon Musk doing the Doge memes, it's kind of like boomer vibe. But at the same time, at least it's based on memes. It's not, maybe it's not the coolest thing, but it's better than just giving dollars. It's kind of fun. And then Doge is based on dogs. And like dogs are never going to be cringe. Like everyone loves dogs. Like to this day, every single day, I Doge at least 3 or 4 pictures of dogs. Like Paul
Wow.
Bettson, that's the main thing he does. Probably his posts, like half of his posts are about dogs, and half of his posts are about like biblical, the history of like biblical times. So
Yeah, yeah, I can see. Yeah, I see him. Yeah, I mean, if you based it on like a modern meme, I think it would just be weirder. Like hella Doge makes sense because everybody loves dogs, right? And it's a meme. But if you did it now, it's like, what would you call it? Like hella schizo or like hella cum?
sometimes I think hella Shib. It just seems like Shiba might be Doge for younger people, but then Elon didn't show love. So the main reason I is when we started Hella Doge, I actually was thinking about making it Hella Toshi and just giving people Bitcoin like Satoshis.
Oh, okay.
But the main reason why we picked Doge is so that Elon would invest.
Uh,
So that's still, and then for a while I was freaking out because all the young people, all the college kids were telling me like Doge is cringe, Shiba's cool. So I'm like, well, damn, maybe it should have been hella shit. But then Elon Musk, they asked him about shit, and he basically said, I'm not down with shit. So
yeah, I mean, Doge is still like going on. Like people are still buying Doge too. But I don't see people like talking about Shiba Inu coin at all.
no, people are talking about it. I see a lot. So like one thing, Gemini had an ad, I think on Instagram, where they're like, you can now buy Dogecoin on Gemini. So I went and commented. I'm like, join Hella Doge. You get Doge for looking at memes. And then I
Hmm.
was reading the comments. All the comments were like, Doge sucks. Change to Shiba. Get Shiba. Because right now Shiba's not on any of the exchanges.
Hmm.
Doge they finally added. Like Coinbase, I don't think has Shiba. Who knows? I got if we can switch to Shiba. It's still it can still be called Hella. Like one thing I was thinking, maybe we can call it Hella Doge, but you can get paid in either Doge or Shiba. And then also maybe we can also keep score for you in either Doge or Shiba. I think that's doable too.
Oh, so it's like you have like your own like basically like a hella Doge like point system, and then when you want to cash out, you can cash out in Shiba or Doge, and it just converts those points.
It's the cash out, but also the way that we keep track. Because right now we keep track. So the money is in dollars. Like the one thing that's cringe about us, we charge dollars from the advertiser. You pay $69 a month. And then
Hmm.
80% of that, that's $57. So $57 a month goes to the community. And that's every day. So every day it's about a dollar and 80 cents, $1.90 a day. For every advertiser, $1.90 a day is going into the community. And then we do that as Doge. Right now, Doge is like 15 cents. So it's around uh, almost 10, 10 Doge. No, more like 15 Doge per sponsor that goes to the community every day.
One Doge is 20 27 cents or
No, right
0.27.
now it went way down, man. Right now it's like 15 or 16 cents.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know it dropped.
That's why we're getting so much. I got 7 Doge yesterday. That's
Oh
the
yeah,
most.
I noticed my Doge was going up like faster than usual.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, we've got a lot of sponsors right now. Business funding added, joined up again today to look for affiliates. He basically just wants people who he can help them get government money for starting businesses.
Oh,
So
that's nice of him.
he's looking for people to find him clients, and then he gives you a cut for every client.
Oh, okay. You don't talk a lot about like growing up in any of your interviews. Like I've watched like all of your interviews, and like you barely talk about like anything prior to college.
Because it was whack, man. It's really whack to go to public school. No one from my high school went to Yale. Like the only good school people would go to is UCLA. And then I just had all these Persians was kicking in high school. Every single one of my friends was Persian. I don't keep in touch with any of them except for Michael. Michael's my only friend from high school. He hates all of our high school Persians too. So not a lot to be excited about. Yeah, I wasn't happy before college, basically.
What about you said you went to school. What school did you go to?
My high school is called Birmingham. It's just like really shitty high school in the valley. It's got some famous alums. That's the funny part, but
Like who?
not a good school. We had Michael Milken go there.
I
Who
don't know who that is.
He's worth Googling. So he was basically the bad boy of Wall Street in the 1980s. And
Oh,
he
okay.
invented something called junk bonds. With junk bonds was like the first thing starting to get towards DAOs and crypto. I wonder how he feels about Bitcoin. Like I could see Michael Milken having really pro Bitcoin opinions, or I could see him being really anti Bitcoin, but I've never heard his opinion on it. But he's a really rich man. He's a billionaire. He ended up going to jail because of
Oh,
junk bonds, but he didn't do anything bad. He kind of just went to jail because of messed up justice system. But he's a cool finance guy. He's kind of a finance guy who tried to like switch up the Wall Street system. That's what we're still trying to do. Like I've seen a lot of Michael Milken tried junk bonds that ended up falling apart. In 2006, people were trying to do securitization with credit default swaps and mortgage-backed securities, and then that led to the economy crashing in 2008. So this is the same kind of thing. All these things where people try to democratize business. So now we're seeing it with ICOs and cryptocurrency and DAOs. Is it going to be like junk bonds and mortgage-backed securities? Is it just going to lead to the economy crashing again? Or is it that those were the preemptive, premature ones and now we got it right? I hope it's that. I hope that basically what Milken was trying to do in the 80s, the technology wasn't ready for it yet. But now we have the technology to do what he wants to do.
yeah, I do hope it ends up like the latter.
Fingers crossed. That's why I'm holding my shit.
Yeah, I'm still holding Bitcoin and a little bit of Ethereum. I'm like 75 Bitcoin, 25 Ethereum, and I don't really bother with the rest of the coins.
That is what I have. I have Bitcoin and Ethereum. I've got IQ just because I got no choice. I sell my IQ. And then I've got a little bit of Doge, but that I basically got it in honor of starting Hella Doge. I don't have a whole, I'm
Oh,
not a big Doge investor, but I think Bitcoin is like gold and Dogecoin is like cash. So you would never buy cash. That's ridiculous.
yeah,
You would buy gold. So I think if you're going to buy something, you should buy Bitcoin. But if you're going to get something for looking at memes, you should get Dogecoin.
I can see that. That's a pretty good way to separate them and to like give them some context.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Do you have any stories from university where you were like that you want to share? Like like I don't know how to put this. So, for example, do you know the rapper Young Jake?
Of course. Yeah, I'm very good friends with him.
Oh,
He's
for
not a
real?
rapper anymore. He's an artist.
I mean, he's like multimedia artist.
His first song he ever made was called Embedded. And in
Yeah,
the music video, which is a masterpiece, it's one of the most brilliant like works of video art I've ever seen. You can't even call it a music video; it's like art. He
yeah,
gave a
I'm a
shout
big
out
Young
to,
Jake fan.
yeah. So in Embedded, like while the song's going, he's annotating it on Genius. So it kind of creates like a loop. Like on the computer, it's him annotating, and then it's like him and like it keeps going like
Yeah,
smaller.
you're annotating him annotating.
It's trippy as fuck. So then I got to meet him. I became friends with his art agent, and then he had an art gallery show in LA when I was working on Everpedia, like 2016, 2017. It was lit. It was fucking lit. It was like, so it was really, really classy art gallery thing with like all the art people there, like people taking notes and stuff. But then there were also people like smoking blunts, like
Oh, I think I saw the mini documentary for that where he performed too, right?
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I mean, I saw the video. Yeah,
yeah, it
but I
was dope.
brought him up because in his No Jumper podcast, he talks about how like one like momentous occasion was when he was I think he candy flipped or he took acid, and he ended up watching this McCarthy's Painter movie, which is like an hour long, and then that's when he decided to like change from just his drawing to do other stuff. So I wanted to ask, like, do you have like moments like that that you feel like changed like the course of what you were doing greatly? Because it's pretty like unusual, right? Like you went from history to law to tech, right? So I'm like kind of curious, like how did that become what it is?
I mean, I don't have like a plan or a mission like young Jake does. I'm sure he's a lot more ambitious. I'm way more just going with the flow. But I
Hmm.
do like the main thing I like is to share my jokes. That's basically what I want to do. I just want to share my jokes. And in college, I tried to like I flirted with trying to become a writer. Like a lot of people who go to Yale, they end up writing for magazines for the New York Times. So I
Hmm.
tried my hand at that, but then I'd always get my submissions rejected. Um,
Why?
because the kids who become the editors all went to private schools and they have rich parents and they're my it wasn't as bad as my high school, but in some ways Yale I felt pretty alienated too. Like there's a lot of people who like think of them basically it's the people who went to private high school versus the people who went to public high school. And the ones who went to
Oh.
private high school because they've got the connects, get all the cool extracurricular activities, but then they
Hmm.
kind of shit on the ones who went to public high school. So they would never let me write they would never let me publish my articles in the campus publications and stuff. So that's why I got really into the internet. When the internet came out, the first thing before Facebook, well, no, Facebook already existed, but one thing I got really into was blogs. That's kind of how I met
Blogs.
the guys who started Rap Genius with me. We all had blogs on Blogspot, like blogspot.com. It's Google.
I totally missed the blog era. I was like in elementary at that time.
Yeah, there were three. There was WordPress, which was more for like doing high tech stuff, and then Blogger was for I don't know if other people were using it, but we were using it to try to be like artistic and poetic and stuff. And then Tumblr came. Tumblr was basically blogs for dumb people. It's like Instagram
Oh,
blogs. It was like, you don't have to write, just put pictures. So
Kanye used to have a blog, right? I recently learned about that.
Hmm.
It was like a Kanye University blog or something.
Frank Ocean's Tumblr was the bomb. I wonder if it's still there, but like I remember when he came out as being gay, he did it
Hmm.
by writing a poem on his Tumblr. So like we annotated the poem. It was an ingenious era.
Why'd he use Tumblr instead of Blogspot or something?
I don't use Tumblr. Oh, why did he?
Yeah, why do you think he used it?
At that point, Tumblr was hot. For a while, like for 1 year, Tumblr was the shit. Like if you wanted to tell, now it's Instagram. Like right now, if you're not, if you want to tell people you're cool, you tell them, oh, I only use Instagram. But for like 1 year, uh, everyone, like all the models and people, like they were, oh, I only use Tumblr. I only use Tumblr. But then they sold it.
Wow.
They sold it to Yahoo for $1 billion, and it kind of lost its steam because Tumblr had a CEO who was like a handsome guy. So he was always going to like clubs and parties, getting a lot of models to use it,
Oh,
actors, actresses to use it. But then once they gave him his money, he was just kind of, he checked out. He stopped caring about it. So then it fell off.
that's unfortunate.
I saw him walking around once because he lives in my neighborhood in NYC, and he's one of those guys who he didn't do it because he's passionate. He basically just did it to make some money.
Uh,
Kind of like the WeWork guy, like the WeWork guy. Even though WeWork failed, he got $1 billion, and then now I heard about him starting a new like whack ass company.
he's bounced and started. Oh, what's he doing now?
It's like We Live. It's like WeWork.
Oh, there's actually, yeah, I think I might have seen something about that. Someone was accusing them of copying this Chinese company, and there's this Chinese company that like is making like electric cars to beat out Tesla, at least in the Chinese market. And then they also have like these lifestyle like buildings that have like ping pong tables and study rooms and libraries in them. It's like a really weird mix, but it's like all this like stuff that just kind of works together. And it's interesting to see in that article. If I can find it again, I'll send it to you. But they were like accused, they're basically saying, like, hey, like these guys are just copying these guys.
It's not just one per. I have a friend who's doing it in Brooklyn with three different buildings. It's popular, especially because of coronavirus. It's getting more and more popular, and I think that there's a lot to be done there. But a big part of it is building a brand name, especially if people are going to move there. You'd want to make it somewhere that seemed desirable and cool. And like the guy who started WeWork, which is an embarrassment, he's not going to be able to do that.
Uh, have you ever been to Soho House?
Yes, yeah, I'm kind of, on the one hand, I hate Soho House, but on the other hand, I'm obsessed. There's like, there's a lot to what they're doing. Unfortunately, the owner of Soho House is also, I think he's also the guy who owns Equinox. So he's kind of like a,
That makes sense. I think that actually, yeah, I can see how those two are connected.
he's a pro-Trump guy, kind of a whack dude. Hopefully someone, that was one crazy startup idea I had uh, that no one ever built it was I always thought it would be cool to make a social network that only has Ivy League schools. Like take it back to how Facebook was when it started, and
Uh,
try to make it exclusive. There's some exclusive social media that came out. Like there's something called Fishbowl where they
I've heard
confirm,
of that one, yeah.
yeah, you can only sign up if you work for like Goldman Sachs or whatever.
That's kind of funny, isn't it? I feel like there would be so many people trying to get into that app who didn't go to an Ivy school or who didn't work at Goldman Sachs. For some reason, they're going to want to join more than the people who actually work at Goldman Sachs or who went to an Ivy school.
Well, Fishbowl, I don't think is too successful. I don't think a lot of people are actually using it. Sometimes, uh, so with tech marketing, some people try to make it exclusive, and for Facebook, it worked really well. Like Facebook, that I remember that's the reason I signed up, because there was MySpace, and I was always like, I'm not going to sign up for that shit. And they said, oh,
Mm-hmm.
Facebook only Ivy League. So I'm like, oh, okay. In that case, I'll sign up. But then they tried to do
Uh,
that with Clubhouse, and for one of many reasons why Clubhouse crashed and burned. Like everyone was like, "Oh, give me an invite. I want to join Clubhouse. I heard that all the rappers are on there." And then you get the invite, and you're like, "Okay, well, this is whack." So
yeah, 'cause it was too easy to get an invite.
not at first. At first, I had to. I remember I spent like a week begging around for an invite to Clubhouse.
I think like when I first caught wind of Clubhouse, it had already been launched for like 2 months, I think. Like it was already beginning to pick up a little bit of buzz. And then that it was so easy to get an invite by that time. It was like I knew like three different people who could give me an invite, and I was like, wow, like if this is supposed to be exclusive to invite only, how's everybody having an invite?
Yeah, as soon as it blew up, though, it got whack. It was only good right at the beginning when no one was on it, because you could talk to the famous people. Like one time I got into a big argument with Lupe Fiasco and Royce the 5'9". Like I would talk to all the rappers on there, but now I deleted it. It became impossible to even talk. So
Yeah, that's true. There's just too many. Same thing with Twitter Spaces.
yeah, no, this whole the audio thing, years ago, this like boomer dude told me there should be a radio version of Instagram. Right then I was like, that's stupid. Why would you have that? But
Isn't that just regular radio ads? Or is it like everyone who uploads like a little short like audio clip and then just plays them chronologically to your feed?
yeah, no, the audio, no one wants to only listen. Some people prefer to read. Most people prefer to look at pictures. But if you're not going to be reading or looking at pictures, then you want to see a video. Why would you want only the sound, but then not also the video?
I usually scroll through Instagram if I'm listening to a Twitter space, or it's like I listen to it in the background of doing something else. Like I never listen intently to the Twitter space itself, or any audio thing for that matter.
Me neither. Yeah, for a while when I was driving, I used to listen to NPR, but nowadays, especially with coronavirus, like if you told me you'll give me 20 Bitcoin to listen to NPR for a day, I'd probably say no. I just can't listen to that crap.
It's all news has become too repetitive for me.
Yes, yeah, I think it's not just me. I think a lot of people nowadays, they're getting sick of passive entertainment, like sports. I was into sports when I was a kid, but I stopped watching it basically when I went to college. And then now it seems like a lot of people are finally getting weaned off of sports.
I've never liked watching sports. I've only ever like I played like soccer in elementary, and then I played like basketball until I graduated high school. But then aside from that, like I never watched sports. Never liked it.
Yeah, I was a Lakers fan, but these days I'm just so mad at the Lakers are probably the most woke sports team. And like I'm not pro Trump, like I hate Trump. Really I do. But I also hate all these woke ass motherfuckers. Like LeBron James is insufferable. I think he's completely insufferable. And I hated him from day one. As soon as the Lakers got him, I hated him.
You ever see that meme where it's like asking why whenever LeBron James is seen with like a book, it's always the first page of the book. He's never in the middle or the end. He's always on the very first page of the book. Like he just started the book for the photo.
Yeah, he just doesn't, even though he tries to act super woke, he doesn't seem as intelligent to me as the Lakers' other legends like Kobe. It's not even close. And then also with Kobe, you have like this beautiful beautiful face, beautiful body. LeBron is arguably he's like one of the ugliest basketball players to ever live. And like he got the hair plugs. It's like, dude, you're just embarrassing.
He's trying too hard is the problem.
Also,
He's
his
the
son
he,
is so annoying. You follow
he's the
Bron?
biggest tryhard in all of basketball.
Yeah, he's good, but I know he's never gonna have my respect. Since day one, I didn't like him, and
My
also
favorite is
hmm,
oh, what were you saying?
I think he's like really like straight edge or whatever, because like he got mad at his son for smoking weed.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's like no, he's the most advertiser friendly athlete on the planet, probably.
Sad. R.I.P. Kobe. I wish
R.I.P.
Kobe
Kobe.
had lived to see Adoge. He would have loved it.
He probably would have liked it and only posted like once. He probably would have posted like a random photo of like him on the sideline of a basketball court, and it would have gone like a million redoges, and then he would never post again.
This one's for you, Mamba. Yeah, I don't know. He wasn't that active on social media, right?
No, he was pretty much only on active with basketball, like just doing basketball shit. I think he had people like for his like do his social media for him because I mean he was like super focused.
Yes, to some extent, Helidoge is dedicated to him. A lot of people were very grief stricken. We lost him, and then now we've got LeBron. So that's stuff.
We got an advertiser friendly dude with hair plugs. Yeah, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't
Elon's got the
curse.
plugs too, though.
Who?
Elon Musk has the plugs too.
Yeah, but at least Elon Musk hit the blunt on the
Everyone
Joe Rogan podcast.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
If you've got plugs, then smoke the weed. Like that's
yeah.
basic.
You seen his new haircut? He did it himself.
Really
Yeah,
interesting.
his newest haircut because I guess Kanye. Have you seen Kanye's new haircut?
Yeah, yeah. So they
Yeah,
match, huh? They're both going
uh,
K-pop. They're trying to look like K-pop stars.
something like that. Yeah, it's
I should
what
get that. I
Kanye's
should
doing is
get a skin
crazy.
fade. I haven't had a skin fade for ages.
Me neither. I haven't had a skin fade since 2020, probably. Because beginning of 2021, I started growing my hair out, and like by May, June, I had like hair down till here, and then I just cut it. Like I couldn't do the long hair anymore.
I remember there was like 6 months where you couldn't get a haircut.
Yeah,
And by the end of it, I basically just had the afro going on, and I really felt disgusting. Like I would just wake up and I wanted to pull all my hair out. I was
it's
about to just
gross, right?
I was about to just shave it myself, but then they finally opened it up. So
Yeah, I don't like having long hair or a lot of hair because it feels like so much to maintain, and it gets like it just feels gross. Like when you're falling asleep and like you turn over and you have your own hair like in your face, it just
for me, it's
doesn't
the
feel
hair on the
nice.
sides. When the hair on the sides gets long, that's what really like the hair place I go to, the barber shop I go to, it's called Fellow Barber. It's a big chain. They've got an
Hmm.
option called back and sides. Like you can basically pay half price, and they basically only shave the back and sides.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, that's what most people just need, right?
Basically, I do like I go one time back and sides, the next time full. So I alternate. Saves me some money.
Yeah, that's a good move. Yeah, I just go like I just get like a crew cut because I don't know, I just can't be bothered, you know. I just want to like shampoo, like wash my hair and like just be done with it. I don't want to have to like style all it and all that stuff and like use gel and everything.
Yeah, hair is fake. Hair, I've never liked using products and stuff. I would totally shave my head, but now I can't because I've got all these scars on it and stuff.
Oh yeah, from you've had two surgeries, right?
Yeah, so I would probably feel too awkward. Also, just in general, I have kind of like a weird shaped head. Like I shaved it in high school once, and people were making fun of me. So
Oh, I have a weird shaped head too.
yeah, it's not the best look. But if I could just have a like a Chad looking shaved head, like I don't
Like
know,
Kanye.
David Beckham when he shaves his head or whatever, I'd be down. Sure.
Yeah, I'd have like a skin fade if I had like a Kanye head.
Yeah, it's good to see him with his new girlfriend. I think she's way better than Kim. I know you're a huge Kim fan, but
I'm a huge Bella Hadid fan.
okay,
Yeah,
so not Kim.
yeah. Not Kim. Yeah.
I like Kanye's new girl a lot more. People are
Uh, it's it's not officially his girl yet, but they have been like seen together like a few times. He's even got her in the full Balenciaga like outfits.
I saw the article about that today. How do they know? So to tell you the truth, I think it's sexist to say that he got her because it doesn't seem like he had anything to do with it. She was already a fan of Kim before she even met Kanye. She said in an interview, she's like, "Yeah, Kim Kardashian is my style icon." So if she's dressing like Kim, that doesn't mean that Kanye was like, "Yo, start dressing like Kim." Like she's probably just doing it on her own.
Well, my take on it is that ever since like probably like around the Donda rollout time, Kanye's been rocking Balenciaga super heavy, like all Balenciaga fits. Kim's been rocking Balenciaga fits, all super heavy. The whole Donda like thing was designed by Balenciaga. So my take is that this is like Kanye, Kim, and Demna working. Demna, who's the current creative director of Balenciaga. He was like the previously he was a director of Vetements. Now he's doing Balenciaga. It's the three of them working together, and it's like there's this whole show basically going on with the divorce and him being and Kanye being seen so much, and like Kim doing like what she's doing with Pete Davidson and this Donda stuff, like all this stuff that's happening. It's like a movie or like a TV show in but you're seeing it like through the lens of media instead of like an actual Netflix show, and it's being dressed by Balenciaga, like how Issa Laurent would have dressed like a movie in the '90s or whatever. This is a whole show being dressed by Balenciaga.
Brilliant marketing. Virgil would be very proud.
Oh
R.I.P.
yeah, R.I.P. Virgil. So sad how he passed, man. Didn't tell anybody. I mean, he knew his time was coming. He just did so much.
Yeah, it's crazy he didn't tell anyone.
Yeah, I mean,
I would
just
have been
looking.
if I know I'm dying. I'm telling everyone. I'm gonna be doging about it nonstop, like the play-by-play. Holy shit! If you're gonna die, like what's the point of keeping it a secret? It's like you're gonna get so many wows.
That's what I do too. First, doctor tells me I got cancer. First thing I gotta do is like, yo, can you say that one more time again? I need to put this on Twitter.
I This dude on LinkedIn wrote a really long post, like an executive on LinkedIn, about how his doctor said he's dying and he has to go to hospice care. And
Hmm.
it was really emotional and stuff. It was well written and it got a lot. It got like 15,000 likes. And I was like, this is good, but it was kind of interesting to read it on LinkedIn because LinkedIn, I mean, I try not to scroll through LinkedIn's feed. When I do it, it's kind of doom scrolling because people are just posting the most like corporate ass shit. It's like
It
go
is,
team.
yeah.
So then I read this one guy. He's like, "Hey, let me tell you my feelings about dying." I thought that was kind of interesting.
I like to post like I'll delete it like after a few days, but I'll like post satire on LinkedIn where it's like I'll like take these posts and I'll like satirize them. So I'll be talking about how like, oh, I have my own startup and this employee came in like 15 seconds late and I fired him and just like dumb shit like that. And then people started taking it seriously. So I had to like start deleting them. Cause like, oh, did you really do this? Did you really? I'm like, no, no, it's a joke. Like, why would you actually think this? But
Be
yeah, people on
careful, 'cause I
LinkedIn.
got banned from LinkedIn, bro.
Who got banned?
I did. 2 days ago, they banned me from LinkedIn.
Really?
Yeah, because
Why? What'd you do?
I was posting hellodoge.com links.
Oh, they thought you were spamming or something.
Yeah, so I posed. I was like, I'm done because I don't want. If I get banned, they redid it. They made me send in a picture of my ID, and they're like,
Hmm.
okay, we're gonna unban you. We gave you a warning, but my LinkedIn was gone. And my LinkedIn, like that's where all the information on my Wikipedia page comes from is my LinkedIn. So like I can't get it deleted. So I posted on LinkedIn. I was like, yo, if they won't let me post a hellodoge.com link, then I'm done. I'm not posting on here.
Wow. So you're no longer on Twitter and you're no longer on LinkedIn either.
No,
Or
they let me back on. They
oh,
didn't
okay.
suspend me permanently.
You just don't want to use it anymore.
They gave me a warning. Yeah, just I don't,
Oh.
because if I lose it, then like I'm disastrous.
How come you're not on Twitter?
The Twitter banning was very, very corrupt. So I got banned from Twitter the same day that I got my blue check mark on Instagram.
Wow.
So I think that also it was the same day that they banned everyone. The same day they banned Louis Farrakhan on Facebook. It was all over the news. Milo Yiannopoulos had just gotten banned like a month before. This was before Trump got banned. It's like probably like a year before, year and a half. But it was basically the day that they banned everyone. They went crazy. So I think that Facebook was going to ban me too, but instead they gave me the blue check mark. So like they were basically like, we're going to try to show you love so that you'll behave. And it worked. Like
Oh.
ever since they gave me the blue check mark, I have not gotten into trouble a single time on Facebook or Instagram. But it's because they're not as much of hard asses. Like the LinkedIn warning reminded me, like, because I got banned from Reddit too. Reddit bans you if you post links. So
Really? Oh. I've
Mark
never been
Zuckerberg
banned from
actually gives
Reddit.
you the most freedom of speech. You're more likely to get banned from any of the other ones than you are from Facebook or Instagram.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been banned from Twitter like multiple times. Just from like
And
memeing too hard, really. Like not even anything bad.
he still bans hella people. Like all of the Instagram meme people, they're always getting banned. They call it getting zucked. So everyone's always getting zucked. But like
Yeah.
Twitter, it's just shady. Like anytime I've reported something, if I report something bad to Instagram, they take it down. Twitter, sometimes like someone will be writing like kill yourself, and then you report it and they won't take it down. So Twitter
That's
just
not with me. They take down everything I do. Someone was like, "Oh, like my girlfriend got pregnant. Like, what should I like? Well, like, what should I do?" And then everyone's like, "Oh, you should like taking care of the baby or like buy this book to." And I just wrote like push her down a flight of stairs, and then I got banned. Yeah.
that's what I would expect. Yeah, technically the rule is so technically you're supposed to get banned if you even say fuck you. If you say fuck you, but then these days even Facebook doesn't ban people for saying that. But yeah, if you say anything mean to someone, you're supposed to get banned. Reddit are very hardcore. Like Reddit, if you show the least amount of disrespect, the disrespect stuff I don't mind. The spam stuff bothers me. Like I would never diss someone on LinkedIn. I was literally all I was writing that they banned me for was helladoge.com. And it's like, dude, this is my company. Isn't
This is
LinkedIn?
supposed to be a professional website, a professional social network.
Thanks, Reed. Thanks, Reed Hoffman. But whatever. At least shouts out to him for losing like 250 pounds.
Oh yeah, that was good. Reddit has people on a power trip. Like the people who are on Reddit are like got serious egos. So they'll be like Reddit moderators and
Yeah.
like they'll just be like banning people, kicking people. It's like Discord mods, which I shouldn't say because I'm a
Okay, yeah,
Discord mod for I'm a Discord mod for Young Jake's Discord server.
every social media, every one of these communities ends up getting a lot of people with power trips. And the reason is because they're not getting paid. So the way that they get compensated is by bullying other people. Wikipedia's like that. Reddit's like that. With Genius, I saw it happen before my very eyes. Like Genius, we didn't want it to be like that. So Genius was the first crowdsourced site. For example, when Genius started, if you wanted to submit something, you would submit it, and then it wouldn't show up on the site until a higher up reviewed it. Like that's how Urban Dictionary was. Urban Dictionary, if you put a definition, they would review it, and if they decided it was good, then they would let other people see it. Genius was the
Oh,
first one where we would let people see it as soon as you wrote it. Just it could later be changed, but you can just go on and annotate a song and everyone can see it. But then over time, we hired some people who started deleting people all over the place, deleting stuff that's good just because it doesn't include a link or whatever. There was this
oh,
one kid who was a major hard ass. And he hated me, I hated him. And then when I left, he kind of got to take over. He didn't want, so he basically wanted all of the volunteers to quit because he didn't want to lose his job. He's getting
oh.
$50,000 a year from Genius. He
Mm-hmm.
even moved to New York, like he got a full-time job. And all he was thinking was, if some teenager comes and he's writing the lyrics better than I am, then they're going to fire me and hire the teenager. So every teenager that came, he's like, oh, this guy's annotations suck. You're bad. Go read the guidelines.
Oh,
You're bad, because he wants the kid to quit so that he doesn't have competition. That's how the centralized internet works. The centralized internet, the reason why the mods are bullies is, one, because if they're not getting paid, then they want to get compensated by bullying someone, by like being able to go on a power trip. It makes them feel good. If they are getting paid, they don't want competition. They're scared they're going to lose their job, so they want to discourage anyone else from volunteering.
okay, I see that. That's pretty messed up.
Fuck them. It was
Yeah.
terrible. It was terrible. The whole point, the one thing that really pissed me off about Genius was that we would hire non-technical people full time. If I were the CEO of Genius, no one would be working at the company full time unless they're coding. And if you
Hmm.
are a non-technical person, you're a content person, you cannot get $50,000 a year. You're not going to move to New York and work in the stupid office. You can just have a stay-at-home job, and maybe you can just get some crypto. Maybe we can just give people Bitcoin for breaking down the lyrics, or Dogecoin. We can give them Dogecoin for writing the new lyrics.
You work on the non-technical side in tech, right? I think in an interview you said that you don't code or anything.
Yeah, so I guess I'm kind of being a hypocrite, but I mean, the thing is, at least I know my own worthlessness. I don't think that, and then at least I come up with some of the product stuff. I guess more for Helidoge than for other stuff, but a lot of the product stuff has been my idea too. But even yeah, I shouldn't exist. I think the only people who we need to give the software developers a full-time salary. But if you're making content, well, also, I mean, on Helidoge, the one thing I'm doing that maybe is my defense for why I need to be full-time is the ad sales. I'm doing all the ad sales stuff. And I tried to get other people to help me. Like I told the community that you get 10%. Basically, you get $7 in Doge for signing up someone. And no one did it, not a single person.
I put my invite link on like all my social media for like a long time, but nobody was joining. Like, I mean, at least it doesn't say that anyone joined on the website. But like, I got my friend Azan to join, and he was there for a while, but it doesn't
Now,
show it.
now it works again. So try it again. If there's still a problem, but because product was saying that when people sign up, they're not getting their Doge. But then now he told me it's fixed. I should test it too. I should test my invite link and see if I get the Doge now.
Yeah, I mean, I personally don't like care whether I get the Doge or not. It's just like bringing more like people to join this community because I enjoy using the app a lot. So I want other people on it.
Well, we've got hella people right now. That's not the worry. There's almost 1 million people a month who are using it. A
A
lot of them,
million.
yeah, a lot of them just don't sign up because we've got all the Mastodon creepers. We're the
What?
most popular Mastodon site.
What's
So
a
all
mastodon?
the people with the weird usernames,
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. The
they're not
ones who are just like,
Helidoge users. They're users of other Mastodon sites. And then if you use Mastodon, which Helidoge is built on Mastodon,
hmm
you federate with the other ones. So they're kind of
oh,
quasi connected with yours. But then we turned a lot of the federation stuff. So that's why people were getting so little Doge. We were getting very little Doge because some of the Doge was going to all the federated people. Now they don't get it. Now you only get Doge if you sign up for Helidoge. But then the
okay.
federated people, they don't get any of the Doge. The reason why they come to Helidoge is because we have the funniest stuff. They come to look at the memes. And
Yeah.
they also see all the ads. So they're kind of serving us. It's good. It's just got to figure out a couple other bugs, and then Federation is going to be good. Like one thing I don't like is they come up with the suggestions, like when it's saying like who you should follow. It's
Yeah.
like follow Nazi at post.com or whatever. Like a lot of the guys were like neo-Nazis and stuff. So, but
Yeah.
Zeton's
Yes. Yeah.
working on that. But yeah, it's crazy. Right now, Helidoge is top 50,000 sites in the US.
Yeah. I've gotten so many ideas for like stuff to do just like from being on Helidoge. Like I think it traces back to like I got the idea for the Helidoge browser, the Hella browser.
Hmm.
That's like I've been sketching around and like trying to like figure out how to get that to work. Like how you would like earn Dogecoin and like how you would connect your Hella Doge account to your Hella browser to earn the Dogecoin. That's one thing I've been
Not
working
hard at
on.
all. There's different ways to, I mean, we could do it via Chrome, where you just add a Chrome extension that gives you the Doge just for letting us know your search history. But then you could also make your own native browser, just basically copy Brave, but instead of giving people BAT, give them Doge. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
really excited.
essentially the idea was like a Safari clone almost. And then to earn that Doge, it would like you would allow us to collect your data and then like occasionally you could opt in for like little pop-up like ads that come up in the corner and you can just minimize them afterwards. But they just kind of like come up in the corner of your browser and then you can just minimize them. And then you would get Doge for that too.
That would be dope, but first we need the social network to blow up. Then we can talk about, yeah, maybe someday Doge lyrics,
Doge lyrics, yeah.
Doge genius, Dogepedia. I can go,
Dogetate, like annotate, Dogetate.
yeah, let's go on a rampage. But for now, just trying to get this one going. All right, dog. Well, I am going to go for a long run, but
All right, it was so awesome to
good,
meet you.
good first episode of the Doge cast.
Very much, yeah. I'll send you the picture of the logo we're gonna use.
We can share our late night combo with the entire family.
Sensational. All right, peace out.
Peace, homie.